Yeah, let's go to Jujutsu Kaisen episode 2. It's titled Hidden Inventory 2. Geto and Gojo have found a plasma star vessel. Fushiguro has posted a bounty for the star vessel, and chaos ensues.
I'm just
Basically,
spitballing here. I think the next episode might be called Hidden Inventory 3.
Dude,
I would probably say
Nice.
so, honestly. I think we touched on it a little bit last time, and we're pretty confident that they're just naming them Hidden Inventory, and probably I think the next arc is Premature Death, so I'm sure it'll be like Premature Death 1, 2, or whatever. So
Yeah.
I mean, weren't the original episodes just called Jujutsu Kaisen 1, Jujutsu Kaisen 2, Jujutsu Kaisen 3?
It's been years, bro.
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought they were just getting
number
lazier than me and my summaries for these episodes.
It's better than One Piece is saying shit, you know, like what happens in them, you know what I mean?
Just wait till you watch DBZ Kai, dude. It's fucking hilarious.
I always tell everyone that watches anime, I'm like, yo, whatever you do, do not look at the titles. Do not look at the titles.
That's very true.
Yeah, and don't watch the next time on XYZ thing at the end because they will spoil everything.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
But yeah, we get into this episode. It starts with Geto making tea as we hear a curse and suffering person in the background. Basically, the person's saying that he's gonna quit being a curse user and move back to the countryside and be a farmer and go. And they was just like, "What? A curse user being a farmer? You kidding me?"
Yeah, he's like, "You're not gonna do that shit. Shut the fuck up."
I was laughing, bro.
And like, I gotta tell you guys, I watched this actually earlier today, and like I started, my little shitty PC speaker. I started, I was like, let me get the good sounds going, and I put my earbuds in, and I ended up replaying the very beginning of the episode when Geto was making tea. So it went from like a normal scene about tea, and I was like, this is odd. Paused it, rewind it. Then I could hear like the groaning and the moaning in the background. I was like, yo, this is fucking creepy. And I never would have got it otherwise. Because I thought he was just making tea and they were chilling.
He was chilling, bro.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Geto was chilling.
I just love how there's like a gaping hole in the side of this apartment building or whatever he's in. And he's just making tea casually in somebody else's house or office or whatever it is.
I mean... when you got it, you got it. You know what I mean?
True. And I loved how that soldier was like, you know what, you guys are gonna be in trouble. You're just a student. When Bayer gets here, he's gonna fuck all y'all up. And then Geto gets a text message, and it's just like Gojo memeing with Bayer in the background with his ass beat all tired. He's like throwing up a peace sign. That was grade A entertainment, man. I actually laughed out loud.
Yeah, for those that haven't watched it, like Gojo was literally like the dude was slumped up on the wall, and Gojo was just in front of it. Y'all ever seen that Spider-Man meme where what's his name? I forget his name. Just standing in front of the tombstone and.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, it was like that.
Yeah, it was basically like that. Except Gojo was in front of him. He was just putting up the peace sign while taking the selfie of the dude slumped in the background.
Oh,
it was like,
so
bro,
good.
What is this?
It was so good. And I just love how arrogant Geto and Gojo are, even though they're just like second year students. They already know they're like way stronger than everybody, and they just are like fucking around hardcore. Dan, that fly is not gonna eat you, dog. It's gonna be okay.
It's landing on me and I can't fucking deal with it, dude. It's like on my head, on my neck, and I'm like, I'm gonna get it.
Okay.
It's
okay.
My water bottle, so I couldn't hit it without smashing that across the room.
Sometimes you gotta sacrifice, bro.
Fuck this fly.
But yeah, I think we do y'all remember when they said that I think Gojo was saying that his desktop screensaver or whatever, his phone background. Do y'all remember him saying that? The name of it?
I don't remember. No.
Well, he said the name of some chick that he has as his desktop, his phone background. I sent it to y'all. That's the chick, apparently. in Discord. Y'all take a look at that.
Oh my god. Okay.
Yeah. Our
Okay.
boy Gojo has they keep on referencing this shit. You know, of course they referenced Jennifer Lawrence, you know, in the first season. Now they reference this chick who I forgot her name. She's like a Japanese, I guess, model is what it looks like. So
Gojo's got
Yeah.
some good taste there, bud.
yeah, so Gojo, her man, he's got his eyes set on it. So
100%.
He's got the 6 eyes set on it, dude.
I love the references though. This from like real world. It makes me happy. So
Hey man, it takes place in the real world essentially. I mean, they're doing a good job of like making that seem known, which I like. But
Yeah.
after this whole scene with well, you guys didn't get to the boat stuff yet, right?
No.
Okay, perfect. Sorry, I'm in a world of fly torture right now. So after the whole scene with Bayer and the photo, which is hilarious, so we get kind of a shift to our new protagonist or antagonist, sorry, backwards, Fushiguro. And he's at a boat race, just degenerately gambling on boats, which I love. Big fan. And kind of the guy who's like giving him the jobs, like, I don't know if it's kind of like the middleman, I guess. He's asking about Megumi, which, you know, just makes us know that Fushiguro is his father. And Fushiguro's like, who? Like, bro's a fucking deadbeat, dude. Like, he might beat Goku out for being the most deadbeat dad in anime.
Oof. Yeah, he didn't really give a shit at all. He was like, he had to like think about it for a second and say, oh, my son. He's great.
yeah. I don't know. I haven't seen him. Which I think they'll get into more down the line, obviously. But it's interesting because he's like, why did you take the entire down payment you got for this job and put it as a bounty? And his response was like, oh, these scrubs can't take down Gojo. I just got to wear him down a little bit before I get in the action. Which, like, that's fucking big brain.
Yes. He actually mentioned that Gojo was like the first person in like several centuries to have the 6 eyes and in the limitless technique. And he knows that he can't just roll up and try to fight him, you know, strength off strength. He needs to wear him down. But I got a question. Does anybody know what the 6 eyes is? I hadn't heard it referenced before, I don't believe.
I don't think they've explained it too much at all yet. But it's those pretty blue eyes. That's all I know.
Yeah. Okay. I thought it was just for the hose.
I mean, I was wondering myself, you know, why he always wears like sunglasses or blindfold or something like that. And I'm assuming it has something to do with the 6 eyes that we just got told about, because I had no idea nothing about that. So before.
Yeah. If I had to guess, it's probably something that gives him like an exponentially greater ability to perceive and control cursed energy. And probably if he's not blocking his vision, it's just overwhelming or something like that as he continues growing his ability. That's my guess. You know, that kind of makes sense.
I could see that. I could definitely see that. But yeah, we're all familiar with the limitless technique. He's explained it last season a couple of times. But yeah, it's just cool to see like Fushiguro, Megumi's dad, actually saying, yeah, I can't even box him up if he's fresh. So I'm not worried about losing my 30 million at all. Whatsoever.
Yeah, I ain't losing it.
Yeah.
But so then we get to a scene where they finally, you know, they're with the vessel. And it's basically, she's like, you guys are here to like abduct me, blah, blah, blah. And they have to sit there and convince her, that they're allies.
She smacked the shit out of Gojo. That shit was funny as fuck.
I think Gojo deserves it.
I mean, Gojo usually deserves to get slapped in the fucking face.
But what did you guys think about her little rant about being the star? I almost just said star platinum. That's fucking JoJo.
The plasma star vessel. I got you, dog.
It's so fucking close to star platinum. The plasma star vessel. She's like, goes on this whole rant and she ends with like, I am Tengen-sama and Tengen-sama is me. And I think it's a really interesting way to look at it because, I mean, basically being absorbed into him is like a great honor, essentially, in the sorcerer world. So it's kind of crazy that, you know, she's convinced herself of this when she's going to be killed.
I mean, I if it's technically assimilation, they just become the same being, and like she kind of gets to live on forever. But I was surprised that she was excited about it. You know, like if you told me, even if it was a great honor, I would be like, yo, nah, I'm trying to live my life.
Yeah.
I don't want to get assimilated into anything. I'm me and I'm me. But I thought it was really interesting. At least she feels this way because if she didn't, then it could kind of make the sorcerers look like bad people as well. So there's a narrative purpose for it, but I'm glad that she feels very, very good about being assimilated.
Yeah, for sure. Especially since, like she just wants to have like a normal life while she can though, which and Ghetto tries to I'm pretty sure Ghetto tries to explain that to Gojo because Gojo's like, I don't really care, man. Let's just kidnap her. Let's just keep her in this little area. And she was like, I just want to spend time with my friends and stuff like that. So I thought it was pretty cool. They letting her like just do kind of what she wants or whatever. So
Yeah, I do love how Gojo, like, at least as a young man, is just like, I don't give a shit. Let's just complete the mission. And Ghetto's like, no, let her hang out with her fucking friends, dude. She's gonna spend the eternity in what what is basically a glorified basement. Like, give her fucking 30 minutes, dog.
Big mistake.
Yeah, it's looking like it. It was looking like it. So we actually end up going to the missionary school, and where they're letting Rico spend some time with her friends before her assimilation. Hopefully, it's not an actual murder. I would really love that. But Ghetto is sensing that a couple of curses have been exercised, and uh, Ghetto, the maid, Kuroi. I don't know how to say that specifically, but those three are like, yeah, it's time to turn on the jets and figure out what the hell's going on. And Gojo and the maid actually go after Rico, and they find her in like I guess like the chapel of this missionary school, and they're singing, having a good time. And Gojo just like walks in, and all the like little middle school girls start going fucking nuts. Oh my god, you have a boyfriend. He's in high school. He's so tall. Look at his eyes. It was so fucking funny.
More importantly, the teacher's like, you guys need to stop. And then just sly as all hell's like, hey, yo, here's my number. And she's like, it's hard to meet people when you're a teacher at an all-girls school or something like that. I was fucking crying, dude.
Yeah, I really loved when like, yeah, they were like, take your glasses off, and he just takes them off, and he has like his blue eyes, and they just fall out. But we already knew our man Gojo had all the riz for days. That was my thought on why he wore the blindfold. He couldn't handle the attention.
To keep the girls away from the eyes, bro.
Yep.
Has nothing to do with his generational superpower. It's just because he's fucking hot.
I mean, why not, bro? Why not?
Oh, god damn it. Do you guys want to get into Ghetto's fight?
Yeah, man, let's do it.
So this is kind of the highlight of the episode, in my opinion, besides Gojo's Riz just being off the charts.
On 1 trillion.
Unmatched.
What's his Riz level? So Ghetto ends up fighting an old ass curse user. He's fucking up there in age. And, the whole thing is this curse user. I don't know if they ever said his name.
They didn't.
He's talking about how he has a lot of years of experience, so he should be able to take on Ghetto. But it's just like Ghetto is just so overpowered that it doesn't even fucking matter.
Yeah, it was cool how they did like, experience versus raw power for this fight. And the old man sitting there thinking he's like, he's a Shinigami user or some type of Shinigami user. And he's like, he probably isn't good at close quarters combat. So I'll just pull up on him, start beating his ass. He uses some like evasion techniques, and Ghetto has the upper hand the entire time. He makes this man's life flash before his eyes. Dude ends up seeing a dog that he hasn't seen in 50 fucking years. Ghetto's got this man in his goddamn head. And
Dude.
He finally like it's like surprises Ghetto, like flanks him. And Ghetto just boxes him the fuck up. He thought our boy Ghetto did not have hands.
Dude, you gotta have a pretty sad life if the only thing to flash before your eyes is a dog you had 50 years ago, man. Like no family, no love of your life, none of that. Just a fucking puppy who gave you time when nobody else did.
Dude, I think his family thought he was like a freak, right? That's why he didn't have any like flashbacks of other people, because he was a Shinigami user, and like his family knew he could see things that they couldn't see, so they were like, "Yeah, just stay the fuck away from us." Which was really sad, actually. I thought it was like a minute worth of backstory. I was like, "Damn, this guy's been living kind of shit."
Oh yeah, definitely, man.
But yeah, in fact, Ghetto does have hands. He gave him the million piece to the face. Knocks old buddy the fuck out, breaks his nose. And it's a wrap. That was a quick fight. I thought it was going to be a little bit more interesting. But I mean, Ghetto just really had this man outclassed with like just basically raw power, and then his youth once they got to the hand to hand.
I mean, we knew Ghetto was, pretty OP, but now we're actually seeing that he is actually OP as hell. So
right. And like this, I think this week's episodes, for what we're doing for the rundown, were like a little mid-ish, but this was probably my favorite of the week, just because we kind of got to see Gojo and Ghetto like fight a little bit more. I actually really enjoyed it, and also it's also fun, always fun seeing Gojo beam around on people and not take shit seriously and still catch bodies.
Definitely, man. Yeah, I think overall the week was a little slower, but it's week 2, so like it makes sense,
It'll ramp up for sure.
Definitely.
oh,
But yeah, the episode ended with the maid being caught, Kuroi being caught by it wasn't
Star
by
Alliance, I think. It
was
wasn't
Star
Q.
Alliance. Well, Q's gone. I thought it was a couple bounty hunters from
It should
that.
actually be the bounty hunters. That makes more sense.
Yeah. But excited to see where that goes, because we're gonna see some boxing next episode for sure.
Sure. Yeah. You guys want to talk about the Gojo's like little quick fight before we get on?
sure, go
I
ahead.
don't even remember it, dude.
Really? Okay. No, this was funny as fuck. Okay, I got it. So Gojo's like running away from the chapel with the girl, the vessel, right? And they get pulled up on by some fucking clone guy, right?
Oh yeah.
And the girl's really worried. It's like, why is there 3 of them? He's like, there's actually more than that, but just don't worry. And then Ghetto's like, on the top of this rooftop, and they're surrounded by I think 4 different ones. And the girl's like, Rico's like, which one's the real one? And he's like, they're all the real one. And then Gojo starts explaining the power to the guy, his power to the guy, and he's like, I know that you can like kind of switch your main body around. And this is what I'm thinking the 6 eyes is. I think he has the ability to interpret powers, because the guy was even asking, how do you understand, what my power is? I've never met you. You've never seen me before. Unless that's just Gojo being very studious and learning about different curse techniques. But then we get to see Gojo use some of his limitless technique, as the guy's like throwing himself at him. It's like, you really just can't hit me. And I thought something that was really interesting was when Gojo used tried to use his red power, where it's like the reverse curse technique. And he pretty much just blasts shit away. And he couldn't fire it off. He like pulls it up, it's like turning red, and then he just couldn't fire it. And he's like, oh, I messed up, and just punched Clone Boy in the face and was like, fight's over. So it's like, bro, you didn't even need to do all that. You were just trying to annihilate this man for no reason.
Well, he said, he was like, I just wanted to try it out, see if I could see. It just felt different this time. I wanted to see if I could actually do it this time. And I was just laughing. I was like, bro, for real, just pulled up and just tried out his practice moves in a real battle, just because to see if he could do it or not.
Hey man, when you got it, you got it. And you
Yes,
just got. He had won the fight already. I mean, yeah, I completely forgot about. That's why I was saying though that I think his 6 eyes ability lets him perceive cursed energy. Because if he can tell that it can change, the main body can change places essentially, he can probably notice that with his crazy ass fucking eyes. So that's what I was saying about perceiving cursed energy.
That makes a lot of sense. And we also did learn Gojo's abilities take a lot of, he said they're exhausting to use, the limitless technique, because, it is so powerful. He can only put a thin layer of it around him, but it takes a lot of stamina. And that's what, Fushiguro was trying to like get him to use. Keep using your powers. Keep using your powers. I'm gonna make you really tired. By the time I come up to you, you're gonna be screwed. But we all know Gojo can box, so I'm actually really excited to see where that goes next episode.
Oh, definitely, man.
You boys
Awesome.
good?
Yes, sir.
All right.